Hey, if you enjoy what I'm doing, drop a like, sub, comment, bell, all the good YouTube stuff. And let's get into the video. So, Enkidu got his buff. This one is another servant that it would be hard to get gameplay of the actual buff and how it affects him as a servant, because he is a soloer. His buff works well for solo situations, and I just can't artificially create those that easily. I probably could do something with like Kama at another time, but I feel like this needs to be out sooner than later. Base attack, lower than average, a lot lower than average by like 700. Not too low like Bunny Toria, but still not the highest. HP, he traded it. He traded his attack for HP, and it's probably for the best. If you 120 him with foes, he will be sitting at like 21,700 HP, which is a lot. His heal, his big chunky heal, will now like be worth it. And if you can put healing bonus on his CEs, even better, because you can make his heal like 15,000. Sky attribute, I was just talking about Gilgamesh. Guess who can get the benefit of Gilgamesh's new buff? Enkidu. What a surprise. Star weight, Star Gen are at Lancer numbers. I think these are actually the exact average. Yes, he has the exact average for Lancers. So that's cool. Close that too. Also a low death rate compared to other Lancers, but I think the Lancer death rate is like for mobs, not servants. Hits. Oh, right, sorry. MP charge 0.53%. With his hit counts, 5 hits on this arts card would do really good if you crit on it, and if his first skill actually works for him. So, first skill, you are guaranteed the Buster buff. You can get either a quick buff or an arts buff. If he's solo, this is a non-factor because you're gonna have all the cards regardless. If he's not solo, good luck. Good luck getting the one you want, the one you need to proc, because there is no way you can change whether or not you get quick over the arts. You can't choose it. Lost success rate won't do anything because it's not a success rate thing, it's a weight thing. You can't change this weight. Maybe they'll do that in the future, but I feel like changing the weight of certain buffs is very hard to program for, even as a support, because you would have to be able to get both the effects for that to even begin to work. So, mana burst and another mana burst. 1 turn, 5 turns. Cooldown. Second skill, this has been buffed for a while. What is a while? Part 7. Second anniversary he got this buff. That is a long time ago. Reduces enemy crit attack chance for 3 turns, removes their evasion buffs, then gives himself an evasion for 1 turn. Also on a 5-turn cooldown. Third skill was just the 10k heal with 10-turn cooldown and a debuff cleanse. Now they added a 50% battery. Okay, so if you are doing like esports things and you don't mind stalling out like you use your dot, like you pretty much have the taunters, your George, your Leonidases, your Chengongs if you wanted, your taunters. If you can stall out with Enkidu being on the field, you pop this turn 1. They're all like dying but slowly until Enkidu is by himself, and then he can like start popping off on whoever he's soloing against. This is less of an issue. Because if he's not taking damage, you might as well pop this the first turn. Again, it's different if he's anchoring. If he's anchoring, meaning he's the last unit in the inner team, you put him at the end so that when everyone else dies, he's out. You can't use him like that because you don't want to waste this heal if you actually need it. Because yes, he has super high HP, but this is on such a long cooldown, that you might not get it back. Depending on how long the solo takes, you might not get this back. No matter what kind of cooldown reduction you're using, if he's by himself, he's probably not getting this back. So that's the use case. George, Chenggong, Leonidas, whoever, instead of them dying as soon as possible, make them live as long as possible, and you'll really benefit from this buff. The 50% battery is nice, just talking specifically about the battery, but they should have reduced the cooldown too. I would have brought this down to 8, and then it would have been fine. I still think 10 turns is too long on this. It's still way too long. But at least he has it. At least he has a battery. At least he has this heal. But what are you gonna do? At least now, like, he is better in lottos now. If you're not using him for solos and stalls, now you can definitely use him in a lotto and just have him nuke. You have him nuke whatever he's fighting, because again, he is the hardest. He actually like took over like Shisho's role as the single target Lancer or Archer killer. Because Shisho could do it because she had her battery. All you needed is like 60% more, which supports would have given like double Castorias. It would have been Shisho, the AoE, and you plug suit in the 2 Castorias. Shisho just needed, with her max the pen, she just needed to get the 2 attack buffs. She didn't need the batteries. Enkidu might not even... You might not even need to use plug suit depending on who your looper is. Like if it's a super solid looper, 1 Castoria and then Enkidu, yeah, especially if we'll get down to it, but like you probably should get your extra attack first. But if you have MV2, you might want to get mana loading just to make him better in maybe not lotteries, but like 90 plus, 90 double plus nodes. It'll make him function easier, get to his MP easier, nuke someone easier. But as a soloer, you're gonna want this. It will help his gains tremendously, make him function better as a unit so much. QAB's his friend, but it's gonna be hard for him to do a QAB just because he needs the arts card. But again, solos, that's not an issue. It's more when he's in a team with other people, meaning like the 90 plus stuff. But by himself, no. He needs to give him this and just spam QABs and you're good. His MP was also buffed a while ago. Oh, wait, yeah. So he got this buff around when I actually started playing. When Ishtar got her buff. When Tesla got one of his first buffs. Amakusa. Yeah. I actually do remember this. I was playing at the time. This banner. Yeah, no, I actually do remember when this happened. I was a big noob still at FGO. But yeah, 5-hit Buster, 1 target, 200% extra damage against threat to humanity. So if you happen to put Castoria on his team, his arts card not only will refund so much better, but more for the damage mod. He gets an even bigger damage mod on his face cards, which is, if you're bring him to fight threats against humanity, making his face cards hit harder, his MP hit hard, oof. And then if they're divine, he's stunned. It's like guaranteed stun. Reduces their defense and it procs first. He functions so well as a solo servant. Like, this is it, like, he just functions so well. If his refund is good enough with QABs solo, and you can just spam this, like, what are they gonna do? They're guaranteed stun if you bring him to fight divine. If he can loop his MP, then he's literally good. You can't hurt him. His Bond CE sucks though. 500 HP while he's on the field, or while they're on the field. Why? I get it. It's better than like some of the other some like the commands code stuff. But I would have just like put the healing on his command codes and just like put like the Bardiga CE that also gives healing bonus, because then his big chunky heal will heal even more. The healing bonus command code I would put on him, definitely hit that right before I would actually heal up with the skill. So yeah, he could have gotten a much better Bond CE, like a much more, like 1,000 every turn just for him would have been better than 500 to everyone. I would have definitely taken the bigger heal for himself. So Enkidu is not on rate up. You can get spooked by him at any time. Does this buff make him a better servant? Yes. Is he like functionally at a different level than he was before? He has more uses. Yeah, actually, if you're not using him in solo stuff, he's just a better servant now because of this 50% battery. You can bring him to like just nuke someone, and just ease of use better than Shisho. The fact that it's Buster means it's gonna do it. You can put in a Buster Brave Chain with whoever. The Buster cards will fall up and do more damage. Shisho works better for QABs because like then refund and more damage. But Buster, you're either leading with the Buster for the QAB or you're doing Buster Brave Chain. Yeah. So Enkidu, better servant. Don't summon him for him specifically. If you get spooked, feel happy. Like, he was always good, now he's just better. TLDR. Alright. I will see you guys in the next one, and that should be a slightly different format for Dante's.